Good morning, everyone. I think in the last lecture we have seen the what is reparameterization and a relation between the velocity and the reparameterization. Is it okay?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Any doubt for the last lectures? Whichever we have seen in the last lecture about the reparameterization definition and explanation, we have seen what is a helix, velocity of the curve, and then we have seen the relation between the reparameterization and the velocity. Yes, if you are having any doubt, you can ask. Otherwise, we'll go for the next point. Yes, any doubt about the velocity, how to find out the velocity, what the velocity gives you at every point, you can find out the velocity on a tangent vector, because I told you that whenever you are going to imagine a curve, it is a path of a moving point object. Just like the example, you are traveling from the home to shopping center or to university itself, then at every point you will have at some different velocity if you are going on a bike, because to go on a constant speed it is not possible always, correct, due to traffic, due to the rainy season, or due to clouding and all. So there might be some differences. That's why we have studied that at every point you are going to find out the velocity, and that is what we call it as an instantaneous velocity. At every point we can find out the velocity. And after that, we have seen a reparameterization, that is converting a one parameter to some another parameter. Suppose t is one parameter, then we are changing the parameter t to s so that we can solve that example. Right? Sometimes it is not possible to solve that any given example with the help of some parameters. So we are just going to change it just like we have done in a Laplace transform. Okay. Laplace transform is also one set of transformation. No, we are just changing the set of variable to some another set of variable. Here we have changed the parameter t to some parameter s with the help of some function, differentiable function h. Okay. And as I told you that it is with the help of example we can come to know. See whatever given to us. Let us see once again. This is what the interval I j. Okay, here is your interval j, and here is your interval I, and this is what your E3 space. Okay, I and j both are subsets of R. So this is what your curve alpha. This is your function h, and this is a curve beta. That means the curve beta will follow the path of alpha, but generally it is nothing but t is equal to h of s. That is at time t. Sorry, at time s, the curve beta will be at a point t is equal to h of s. Okay, just like the students, I told you that the two students will start the journey from the hostel, right? And this is what your maths department. And some may go to canteen and then come back, and some student may come directly. So this is what the curve beta will follow the path of alpha, but generally reaches at a point some a different time. Okay, just like suppose from your home itself, you and your brother or sister goes from the home, and they want to reach to suppose some destination is there. Suppose there is some wedding ceremony, and suppose your brother goes to buy some gift for them, and then it comes to the ceremony and you go directly, right? So both are having the same path but generally reaches at a some different time. Okay, so these are what we have seen in the last lecture: parameterization, velocity, and the relation between the parameterization and the velocity. Okay. If you are not having a doubt for this one, let me go for the next point. What is the next point here? We will solve the example. I hope everyone is solving the example with me. Find the coordinate function. Find the coordinate function of the curve beta of s is equals to alpha of h of s, because this is what your alpha of t, and what is the value of t we have found is t is equals to h of s. So what is your alpha of t is nothing but 2 cos square t sine 2t 2 sine t. And what is the value of t? That is domain for t is provided 0 to pi by 4. That is also open interval, and the interval for s is provided 0 to 1. That is also open interval, and a function alpha h of s we are provided as sine inverse of s. Now just let me ask you that whether your h of s is differentiable, because whenever we have seen the definition in the last lecture we have been provided that h is differentiable real valued function. आहे का हे differentiable real valued ह्या डोमेन मध्ये? आहेत ना सगळे? सकाळचं लेक्चर आहे. नो रिस्पॉन्स स्टिल. Hello, am I audible to everyone?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, yes. Now, can anyone tell me whether your function h of s is differentiable real valued function in the provided interval? इन्व्हर्स फंक्शनचे इंटरवल माहिती आहे का? डोमेन कोडोमेन्स. Yes, everyone getting my question? What is the question? क्वेश्चन तरी सांगा, कळाला का क्वेश्चन? Yes, how many of you are there in the meeting? गायकवाड आरती, पल्लवी पुढे, जमखंडी गिरिजा, कुंभार खानचंद, पूजा प्रचंडे, प्रीती पवार, काजल गवळी. येस, आहेत का मीटिंग मध्ये? आर यू नोईंग व्हॉट इज द डोमेन अँड
Yes,
कोडोमेन
ma'am.
साइन इनवर्स?
Domain is -1 to 1.
Okay, domain is -1 to 1. What about the codomain? Knowing what are the domain and codomain for the inverse functions? Kagmode Varsha, you have joined very late. Tell me the reason why you joined late.
Sorry, ma'am. Hello.
Yes, सगळ्यांनी आन्सर द्या. काय आहे डोमेन आणि कोडोमेन आणि ते फंक्शन डिफरन्शिएबल आहे का? Whether you come to know the definition, in the last lecture we have seen this definition. H of s is differentiable real valued function. Then only we can go for the reparameterization. Reparameterization means what? Writing any parameter t into some another parameter with the help of a function h. Okay, so that's why it is necessary to check whether your function h is differentiable real valued function. Okay, someone told me the domain is -1 to 1, but here domain is restricted, no? What is a domain given to us? It is 0 to 1. Okay, domain, whatever they have provided to us, we have to take. Now, what is my question? Whether that sine inverse of S is differentiable in that provided domain. येथे आपल्याला डेरिव्हेटिव्ह काढायला डिफरन्शिएबल आहे का नाही चेक करतो का आपण? Okay, let us assume that it is a differentiable. What is the question? Find the coordinate function of a function beta of s. That means whatever the parameter we have been provided alpha of t, that parameter t we have to change to some parameter s with the help of this function h of s. Okay. So let me write down in the solution. I hope everyone is writing. So alpha of t is equals to 2 cos square t sine 2t 2 sine t. So what you have to do, you have to just reparameterize this curve alpha of t by h. We will reparameterize the curve alpha by a function h. Okay, with the help of function h. So that's why alpha of t is equals to, that is t is equal to h of s. We have to substitute. Wherever t you are able to see, you have to substitute that. Before that, first we will write down it is in terms of, as it is sine inverse of s, so here it is cos, so that's why we'll convert this cos in terms of sine. That is cos square is 1 minus sine square t, then sine of 2t we can write it as 2 sine t cos t, and this 2 sine t, let me keep it as it is. Okay, why I have done this one? So that we can understand what we have to do and how to put up the values. Okay. So what I have to do, t is equal to h of s, I have to substitute 2 1 minus sine square. What is the value of t? Sine inverse of s. Okay. Next, this 2 sine, value of t is sine inverse of s. Okay, again cos of t I can write like this, under root of 1 minus sine square t. Yes, everyone got this term, cos of t, how I have written under root of 1 minus sine square t.
Sine square plus cos square is equal to 1.
So here it is, value of t is sine inverse of s, and this complete. Okay, again I have to substitute the value of t here. So it is 2 1 minus sine inverse of s. So it will be simply, I can write it as 2 times 1 minus s square. Is it okay? Sine inverse will get cancelled and we remains with 1 minus s square, and here 2 times sine inverse, again it will be simply s, and here we can write it as 1 minus sine square t. So again it is 1 minus sine square, value of t is sine inverse of s, then 2 times sine inverse will be s only, correct? So here we will get it is 2 times 1 minus s square 2s under root of 1 minus s square and 2s. Right, so this alpha of t is, here we have substituted t as h of s. So hence we have now got the value of beta of s, that is our new reparameterization of a curve alpha with the help of a new parameter s, that is equal to 2 1 minus s square 2s under root of 1 minus s square into, and last term is 2s. Yes, any doubt for this one? Wherever t you are having, just substitute that, and if it is so to solve it very easily, that's why I have converted this cos into sine. Okay, here also it was cos, we have converted this into sine, so that we are knowing the function, no, sine of sine inverse of any theta, sine inverse of theta काय असतो?
Theta.
Theta.
Okay, if you have understood this one, again my question remains as it is, whether sine inverse of s is differentiable in the provided domain. Whether the question is much more difficult, whatever I am asking, it is very difficult to solve or to find out whether function is differentiable. Derivative काढता येते ना आपल्याला?
आहे ma'am.
Differentiable. Okay. In which domain it will not be a differentiable?
At x is equals to 1.
Okay. At x equal to 1, it will not be differentiable. Can you tell me why it is not differentiable at x equal to 1?
Because it's a sine inverse formula, derivative is 1 upon root 1 minus x square. When we put x is equal to 1, then it is gets 0. So it is not existent. It is not differentiable.
Okay. Correct. Yes, it is good. That means everyone is knowing the answer, at least some of the students from you knowing the answer, but not ready to tell. Okay, so let us have a discussion sessions in every lecture. Whenever I ask you anything, you should be responsive. Okay, so if you understood this one, so let us go for the next example. Compute the velocity of the curve. We have been asked to find out the velocity of the curve. Compute the velocity of the curve. The curve is given to us as, what is the definition of curve? Alpha is a function from open interval I to E3 space. Alpha is given to us as 1 plus cos t sin t 2 sin t by 2. Okay, find the velocity at a point t equal to 0, at t equal to pi by 2, and at t equal to pi. Find the value of velocity at this point. Now everyone knowing how to find out the velocity, just try to solve this example. Find out the velocity alpha dash of t. Yes, can anyone tell me what is the value of alpha dash of t?
Minus sin t cos t by 2.
Correct. So alpha dash of t means what? You have to find out the derivative of this curve alpha of t with respect to t, which is equals to derivative of 1 plus cos t. For derivative of 1 is 0, cos t, derivative of cos is sin t minus sin t, and derivative of sin t is cos t, derivative of 2 sin t by 2, that is 2 as it is. Derivative of sin is cos t by 2, this 1 by 2, right? And this 2 get cancelled. Right, so this is what you have found the velocity alpha dash of t. It is equals to minus sin t, cos t, and cos t by 2. Okay, now what is the question? You have to find out the velocity at t equal to 0, at t equal to pi by 2, and t equal to pi. Yes, alpha dash of 0 you can find out, that is sin 0 is 0, cos 0 is 1, cos uh, again it is cos t equal to 0, no, cos 0 is again 1, correct. In the very similar way, find out for t equal to pi by 2 and pi. Yes, find out and tell me the answer. What is the velocity at these three different points?
Minus 1 0 1 upon root 2.
Correct, for pi by 2. What about pi?
Zero minus one zero.
Correct. Yes, everyone got the same answer. Any doubt for solving?
No, ma'am.
Okay, let us solve one more example so that the idea will be more clear for every student. Show that, write with me, show that the curve with the coordinate function, the curve with the coordinate function t1 plus t square t sin t cos t t. That means we have been provided with the three different curves: hyperbolic sin t, hyperbolic cos t, and t. Okay. Now I hope everyone has downloaded that function plotter or Newton demo. So just type these three curves, then you will be able to see that what is geometric interpretation of this curve, how the curve looks like. All has same initial velocity. All has same initial velocity. Okay, so we have been provided with the three different curve, and what is the question? Show that the curve with the coordinate functions all has same initial velocity. Initial velocity means what? We have to take the value of alpha dash at t equal to 0. For that, first you would name it alpha 1 t, and you name it is some alpha 2, alpha 3. Then afterwards, after naming them, you have to just find out alpha 1 dash, alpha 2 dash, and alpha 3 dash, and then check the value of those velocities at t equal to 0. Have you understood what is the question?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, if everyone understood the question, you can solve and tell me the answer. As it is a show that obviously all will have the same initial velocity. Right, everyone can find out the velocity. First name it as alpha 1, alpha 2, alpha 3. Then find out alpha 1 dash, alpha 2 dash, alpha 3 dash. And then put t equal to 0 in alpha I dash. Then you will get what is our initial velocity.
101, ma'am.
101. Yes,
One.
everyone got the same answer. Okay, let me write this: alpha 1 dash, alpha 2 dash, and alpha 3 dash. What will be alpha 1 dash? It is derivative of t is 1, derivative 1 plus t square is 2t, derivative of t is 1, correct? Then derivative of sin t is cos t, derivative of cos t is minus sin t, derivative of t is 1, derivative of hyperbolic sine, hyperbolic cos, derivative of hyperbolic cos, it is minus hyperbolic sine t, and derivative of t, it is 1. Now just substitute t equal to 0. What you will get? 101. Again 101. Sine 0 is 0, no? Hyperbolic cos is also what you have to substitute t equal to 0. Hyperbolic cos 0 is 1. Again it is 0, 1. So what you get the initial velocity for all the given curve, we get it is 101 is the initial velocity. Yes, anyone having a doubt for solving these type of example?
No, ma'am.
If not, let me go through one more example like this about what you do. The first example, whatever we have solved, you have to just convert h of s. If I hope everyone has written this, h of s को आपको convert करना है cos inverse of s. Other things will be as it is. Now you have to tell me that, okay, let us change the alpha of t also. What is alpha of t? 1 plus cos t I will give. Then sin t 2 sin t by 2. Okay. Now find out what is beta of s. What you have to do to find out beta of alpha of t की जगह पे यहाँ पे क्या रखना है आपको? Alpha of h of s. Okay. Now try to check out what is beta of s you will get. Yes, can anyone tell me what is beta of s? Yes, am I audible to everyone? Can anyone tell me what is the answer for this question?
One plus s square root of 1 minus s square, and third one 2 into square root of 1 minus s square by 2.
Okay. Yes, everyone got the same answer?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, if you have a doubt about solving the question, you can ask. Okay, what you have to do, just substitute t is equal to h of s. Here as it is cos, so it will be directly cos inverse, that is 1 plus s, and here sin t you have to substitute as 1 minus cos square t. And it is under root of 1 minus s square, and this is 2 sin, again you have to change this to under root of 1 minus cos square t by 2, that will be 2 under root of 1 minus s square by 2. Yes? Everyone okay with this, or is it necessary to solve? If you are not able to solve, you can tell me, we can solve it. Okay, if you are having any doubt, you can ask for solving the example, or what is a velocity reparameterization. Yes, आहेत का doubt solve करायला?
No, ma'am.
No, ma'am.
Okay, everyone has solved this. Kajal Gaudi, what is the answer you got? Gaikwad Aarti, आहेत का?
Same as it, ma'am.
Okay, same answer. Shubda Khobre,
Yes, ma'am.
Gaikwad Aarti. I think she is not present. She has
Yes,
not
ma'am.
answered it. See why I'm doing this, because I need a cooperation from you people also, because teaching in PG level only one way is not a good thing for us, right? we should have a discussion, because in future if you go for a research, if you go for any teaching field, if you go for any type of a job, you should have a interactions, right? अगर आप कुछ बोलोगे ही नहीं तो आपका इंटरव्यू में सिलेक्शन भी नहीं होगा ना. Only having a qualified setnet, it is not a criteria to get a job, because it is written on the set exam certificate itself. बघितलं का सेट एक्झामचं सर्टिफिकेट? It is written that it is not necessary that if you have this certificate of set or net exam, then it is not guaranteed that you will get the job. Because of that only because of that only the government is conducting that interview sessions. No, इंटरव्यू क्यों होते थे? अगर आप सेटनेट क्वालिफाइड होने के बाद डायरेक्टली आपको जॉब मिल जाता था ना. देयर आर सम जॉब्स वेर यू गेट डायरेक्टली replacement in you can see in the engineering also. After completion of engineering, they will have interview and then they are going to select. Campus selection बघितलं का कधी? I hope you have also gone through the campus selection. Those who are in Volchan, Sangameshwar. Okay, let us go for the next example. Find the straight line passing through. Find the straight line passing through. Find the straight line passing through 1 minus 3 by minus 1, 6, 2, 1. Next, the question is, does this line meets the line? Does this line meets the line passing through the points? Passing through the points minus 1, 1, 0, minus 5, minus 1, minus 1. Okay. So have you understood the question, what is given to us and what you have to do? Find the straight line passing through the points 1, minus 3, minus 1, 6, 2, 1. Does this line meets the line passing through the points minus 1, 1, 0, minus 5, minus 1, minus 1? Yes, can anyone explain me what is the question given to us? You have seen this, no? What is a line? What is a tangent vector? How it looks like? What are the initial point? What is a vector part?
Initial point is 1, minus 3 and 1, and vector part is 6, 2, 1.
Okay. And what is the next question? Does this line meets the line passing through the point minus 1, 1, 0, minus 5, minus 1, minus 1? Correct? So let me go through in detail what is given to us. Firstly, find the line passing through the point 1 minus 1, 1 minus 3 minus 1, 6, 2, 1. Okay, that means we have been provided with the 2 points. What are the 2 points? This is what the line is passing through the 2 points. That means P is equal to 1 minus 3 minus 1, and next thing, it is passing through the 2 points. That means it is given to us as a end point. And what is the ending point for this one? End point of the first line is p plus v, no? So this end point, that is p plus v, is 6 to 1, correct? Because if you remember, we have p to p plus v, and we have been provided that line is passing through these 2 points. So initial point will be p, another last point or the end point is p plus v, correct? So from this I can find out the value of v. What will be v? P plus v minus p. It will be the vector part v. So what will be the vector part? It is equals to, let me write down what is p plus v, 6 to 1 minus 1 minus 3 minus 1. So we can get the answer as 5. Again it is minus minus become plus, so 3 plus 2, it is again 5, 1 minus 1 minus, so it will be 2, correct? So we are getting the vector part v as 5, 5 and 2. Okay. Now, as everyone know that how to write down the equation of line is p plus t1v. So which is equal to, how to write down p plus t1v, that is equals to, we have the value of p as well as v. Okay. So what is the value of p we have? It is nothing but your 1 minus 3 minus 1 plus t1 into v. What is the vector part? That is 5, 5 and 2. Correct? Now let me write down why I am writing P1, because we know that we have been provided with the 2 different lines, and we have to find out what is the intersection point of these 2 lines. Right? What is the question? Does this line meets the line passing through the point minus 1, 1, 0, minus 5, minus 1, minus 1. Right? So we have been provided with the 2 different lines, and what is our question? We have to find out whether they are intersecting or not. Yes, everyone got the question. What is given to us? Okay, do it for the second line also. Find out the vector part and then find out p plus t2b, and we will find out what is the intersection point. Yes, have you calculated what is the vector part v for the second line?
-4, -2, -1.
-4, -2, -1. Okay. Yes, everyone getting what is given to us? We are provided with the 2 points. We have to find out the vector part v. Okay. First one, we have a vector part as 5, 5, 2. And for second one, we have the 2 points given as, again you can name it as some p plus v. You can have the second one. The parametric form of equation of line can be written with the, what is the value of p we have been provided? -1, 1, 0, and the vector part, that is p plus v, that is the end point is -5, -1, -1, and then you can find out p plus v minus p, which is equal to vector part v, and the value of vector part I can write it is -4, -2, -1. It is easy, no? Simply you have to do the coordinate wise addition and division, addition and subtraction. Then what you have to do? P plus T2V. What is the value of P plus T2V? P is known to you. What is the value of P? -1, 1, 0 plus T2 times value of V we have been given as -4, -2, 1, then we get it is as minus 1 minus 4 T2 1 minus 2 T2 minus T2. Correct? Now we got the parametric form of both the lines. Correct? And if you are able to see the direction vector, let me write down the direction vector for the first line. B is 5, 5, 2, and direction vector for the second line minus 4, minus 2, and 1. Sorry, minus 1. So if you are able to see this vector part, what is the difference in the vector part? Whether both are same.
No.
So what do you mean by this one? If you remember one thing which we have seen in the initial lectures, this is what your tangent vector VP. It requires the 2 points. First one is the initial point, right? Then we get a vector part. And at that time, I have given you the 3 different types. The first one is 3 consideration, that is parallel lines, parallel tangent vector, and then intersecting, and then I have told you about the equal vectors. Yes, anyone remember what is the consideration for the parallel vector? Parallel असेल तर vector part same असतो का point of application same असतो?
Vector part is same.
Okay, vector part is same for the parallel vector. You can see here, no? They're having a same direction. So that's why it is called a vector part is same. Intersecting means what? They will have some common intersection point, when that will be your initial point. Say P, we can say P1 is equal to P2. That is a intersection. Equal means what? P1 is equal to P2, as well as the vector parts V1 is equal to V2. Okay. So here if you can see, these vector parts are different means what? They come in the category of the intersecting. Yes or no?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, P1 is equal to P2. That means initial points are same and the vector parts are different. So here if you can see the 2 different lines we have, and we have found what are the vector part for that, and we see that the 2 vector parts are different, which means that these lines come under the category of intersecting lines, and just you have to find out what is a intersection point. So for that, what you can do, alpha of T1 is equal to alpha of T2 you can do, and then you can find out the intersection point, that is 1 plus 5T1. Coordinate wise equality you have to do. Okay, let me show you where you have to do this. This is what you got it as P plus T2V. Make a square bracket for this one so that you can understand where you have to do equality. P plus T2V, and initially we have found P plus T1V. Okay, so you have to just find out the coordinate wise equality. That is 1 plus 5T1, which is equal to minus 1 minus 4T2. The second equation minus 3 plus 5T1, it is equal to 1 minus 2T2. Similarly, the last equation 2T1 minus 1 is equals to minus T2. Okay, now just you can solve this equation. Solving the 2 equation in 2 variable, it is easy. But now we have 2 variable and more than 2 equation. And again, it will be more easy to solve. Okay. So what I will do, I will write first this equation 2T1 plus T2 will be equal to 1. Again 5T1 plus 4T2, it is equal to minus 2. So what we will do, we will just multiply by 5 and 2 to corresponding equations, and we get the equation as, yes, we have to multiply by 5 to this one, multiply by 2 to this equation, and you will get it is 10T1 plus 5T2, it is equal to 5. Next 10T1 plus 8T2, it is equals to minus 4. Correct? And solve it and tell me the value of a T1 and T2. Again I can subtract this, and this will be positive. These two get cancelled, and you get the answer as minus 3t2, it is equal to 9. So I get the value of t2 as 9 by 3 with negative sign. So I get it as t2 is equal to minus 3, and this t2 is equal to minus 3 you can substitute in one of the equation. Suppose I substituted in the first equation. So after substituting value of t2 you will get the value of a t1, it is equal to 2. So what will be alpha of t1, it is equal to okay, alpha of t1 p plus t1 v. First square bracket that we made. First we will get alpha of t1 as, let me write down, this is after substituting t1 and t2, t1 t2 च्या equation कुठे आहेत बघा, p1 plus tv1 we have p plus tv1 we have t1 v and then p plus t2v. Just substitute that, you will get the value as 11, 7 and 3. Okay. So in this way, we got the two lines are intersecting with the help of a vector part. Vector part different है, इसीलिए हमें पता चला ना कि वो intersecting है. And how to find out the intersection? What you have to do to find out the intersection? Whatever these equation we have. Okay, p plus t2v, ये वाला स्क्वायर ब्रैकेट दिख रहा है -1. तो यहाँ पे आपको t1 एंड t2 के जो वैल्यूज हमने निकाले हैं यहाँ पे कैलकुलेशन के बाद, वो आपको सब्स्टिट्यूट करना है, राइट? So whatever the values of t1 and t2 you have found, you have to substitute in these equation p plus t1v, p plus t2v, and you will get the answer as, what is the answer? 11,
7, 3.
7 and 3. Okay, similarly you can get for alpha of t2 also. Alpha of t2 calculate करा आणि बघा काय येतं answer 11, 7 and 3. Okay, try to solve this example, and if you have a doubt you can ask. Solve करा, t1 t2 चे values find out करा. 3 equations in 2 unknown we have. 2 equation in 2 unknown असेल तरी पण आपण solve करतो ना. But here we have 3 equations in 2 unknown. That is, 2 unknowns are t1 and t2. Just find out these 3 equations: p plus t1v, p plus t2v, alpha of t1, alpha of t2. These are two different curves and they have common intersection point, or we can say they have common initial point, but the vector parts are different. Yes, everyone understood this example?
Yes, ma'am.
Ma'am.
Okay. So let us end the lecture here. If you have a doubt still, you can ask. Otherwise, you can leave the meeting. Thank you.